Hello my dear students, welcome back to my class. In the previous video, we have discussed about tissues. Now you know that the tissues are the group of similar cells that work together to perform a specific function. What is meant by tissues? Tissues is the group of similar cells that work together to perform a specific function. We have also discussed why plant and animals are made up of different types of tissues. In this video, we will be studying about the plant tissues. Plants are the multicellular organisms made up of trillions of cells, and these trillions of cells cluster together to perform a specific function. The plant tissues are primarily categorized as follows. They are categorized as meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Plant tissues. The two main types of the plant tissues are meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. In this video, we will be studying in detail about the first type of the plant tissues, that is meristematic tissues. Let us start. Before that, let us perform an activity. For this activity, take two glass jars and fill them with water. Now take two onion bulbs and place one on each jar as shown in figure. Here you can see the two jars which are filled with water. Then we have to place the onion bulbs on one on each jar. Then you have to observe the growth of roots in both the bulbs for a few days. Then measure the length of roots on day 1, 2 and 3. On day 4, cut the root tips of the onion bulb in jar 2 by about 1 centimeter. After this, observe the growth of roots in both the jars and measure their lengths each day for 5 more days. And record the observations in tables. You have to perform this activity at home and you have to keep your observations. Now here you can see the observations. Length of the root of an onion bulb. Jar 1 and jar 2. See, same length is observed in both the jars. On day 1, 3 centimeter each. Day 2, 3.5 centimeter and 3.5 centimeter. Day 3, 4 centimeter. See, on day 4, the root tips from jar 2 were removed. So, on day 5, the length of the root tips was 4.5 in jar 1, while that in case of jar 2 was 4 centimeter only. On day 5, it was 5 centimeter in jar 1 and 4 centimeter in jar 2 only. Now, why this happened? Why the growth of that root tip stopped after removing the tips on the day 4? Here you can see the same length, that is 4 centimeter on day 4 as well as on day 5. This is because of the meristematic tissues. See, initially roots of both the onion bulbs show the growth. After cutting the root tip of jar 2, it ceased to grow, whereas root tip of jar 1 continues to grow and get longer. This activity suggests that the growth of the plants only at the specific regions occurs because of the presence of meristematic tissues located at these points. So let us study in detail about the meristematic tissues. See, meristematic tissue is the plant tissue that has ability to divide actively throughout its life. What is meristematic tissue? It is a plant tissue that has the ability to divide actively throughout its life. Carl William von Nageli, he coined the term meristem. See, this term meristem was coined by the scientist Carl Wilhelm von Nageli. He coined this term meristem. Meristematic tissue contains undifferentiated cells which are the building blocks of the specialized plant structures. The meristematic tissue contains living cells with varied shapes. They possess a large nucleus divide of the vacuole. See, the meristematic tissue, they contain the living cells and their cells possess a large nucleus. They do not have vacuole. These cells do not have intercellular spaces. The zone where these cells exist is known as the meristem. The zone where these dividing cells exist is known as the meristem. The cells of the meristematic tissue divide actively to form specialized structures such as buds of leaves and flowers, tips of roots and shoots, etc. These cells help to increase the length and girth of the plant. In short, these meristematic cells, these are helpful in increasing length and girth of the plants. Now let us study about the characteristics of meristematic tissue. The cells of this tissue are commonly called as meristems. The meristematic tissue has the quality of self-renewal. Self-renewal means if it gets damaged, it can repair itself. Every time the cell divides, one cell remains identical to the parent cell and the others form specialized structures. These cells have very small and few vacuoles because they are continuously dividing. These are the active cells. So they have small and few vacuoles. The meristematic tissue is living and thin walled. The protoplasm of the cells is very dense, it's very thick. The meristematic tissues heal the wounds of an injured plant. If the plant gets injured, then it is healed or it is repaired with the help of the meristematic tissues. The cells of the meristematic tissues are young and immature. They do not store food. They are very active. They do not store the food. They exhibit a very high metabolic activity. We can compare it with the kids. You know that kids have very high metabolic activity. Same way, the meristematic cells also have the high metabolic activity. They possess a single, large and very prominent or dark nucleus. Now, what are the types of meristematic tissue? The meristematic tissue is classified mainly on the basis of first criteria is origin and development, second criteria is position in the plant body, and third criteria is function. Now let us discuss about the first criteria. The first criteria is see, the meristematic tissues are based on the three criteria based on the basis of the origin and development. So it is subdivided into first promeristem or primordial meristem, second is primary meristem and third is secondary meristem. First, promeristem. The earliest and youngest meristematic tissue is known as promeristem or the baby meristem. We can call it baby meristem. It is the earliest and the youngest meristematic tissue. It originates from the embryo. The primary meristem arises from the promeristem. It is found in the root and the shoot tips. Second is the primary meristem. It arises from the promeristem. In primary meristem, the cells divide actively. It is present below the promeristem and then it forms the permanent tissue. Third type is secondary meristem. It originates from the primary meristem. The permanent tissue forms from the secondary meristem. Next criteria is classification of the meristematic tissue based on the position or on the basis of position. These are classified into three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. So first type is apical meristem or apical meristem. So these are present at the tips of the roots and the shoots. They help in the increase of the height of the plants as these are present at the tips of roots as well as shoots. So these apical meristems are helpful in increasing the height of the plants. Various cell divisions facilitate the growth of the cells in the roots and the shoots, and they help in the cellular enlargement. The apical meristem is divided into promeristem zone. It contains actively dividing cells, and the meristematic zones which contains protoderm, procambium and the ground meristem. Here you can see the structure of shoot meristem, and this is root meristem. Here you can see the younger leaf, ground meristem, here procambium, nodes, etc. So you will study in details in the higher classes about the structures of the shoot and root apical meristems. Second type is intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem is located in the leaves and internodes at the intercalary position. These help to increase the length of the internode. It is mainly found in grass, monocots and pines. It is a part of apical meristem and it adds to the height of the plants. Here you can see the picture of the intercalary meristem. It is found only in the monocot stem as well as in the grasses. Here is the zone of elongation. See here, intercalary meristem is present at the nodes and the parts between two nodes. See, this is first node, this is second node. So the parts between two nodes are called as the internodes. So at the nodes, the intercalary meristem is located and it is known as the zone of elongation. Here you can see how its length is increasing. It is supportive to apical meristem to increase the length of the plant. Third type is lateral meristem. It is located in the stems and roots on the lateral side. This lateral meristem increases the thickness of the plant. Vascular cambium and cock cambium are the two lateral meristems. These lateral meristems divide preclinically or radially and they give rise to secondary permanent tissues. Third criteria is classification of meristematic tissue on the basis of function. So these are classified into three subtypes: protoderm meristem, procambium meristem and ground meristem. See, first is protoderm meristem. Protoderm meristem is the outermost plant tissue and it forms the epidermis. It protects the plants from any mechanical shocks. See, protoderm meristem, outermost plant tissue, it forms the skin or the outermost layer of the plants which is known as epidermis. It protects the plants from any mechanical shocks. Second is the procambium. Procambium is the innermost tissue and it gives rise to xylem and phloem. Procambium helps in the transport of water and nutrients to different parts of the plants. Third type is ground meristem. The cells of ground meristem are large with thick walls. It forms the cortex, pericycle and pith. So this was all about the meristematic tissue. In the next video, we will be studying about the permanent tissues in plants. Thank you.